Welcome back everybody to Halloween at the Home Depot. The 2021 merchandise has started filling the shelves, and at my local store here we have quite a bit of that merchandise on display that I can't wait to share with you today. And that merchandise is really going to fall into a few major themes. The one that we're looking at right here is the Graven Bones theme. It's sort of a cemetery, death realm of merchandise. Starting with this amazing Angel Reaper. Let's go ahead and press the button and see what he does.
I am the keeper of all that is dead. My collection is vast and ever growing, and you will soon be made part of that collection. It is futile to fight it. It is inevitable.
Wow, this guy is seriously impressive, but I think part of that is that he sort of towers over the other display. But that's something that you could easily replicate in your own display. Build a little stand for him just to give him a little more height. He is already 8 feet tall, but if you could add another 3 or 4 feet, then he's really going to be the standout attraction in your yard. And if you had him in a cemetery, you could use some of these statues here. Of course, this might work well as part of a pet cemetery with this pelican. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd want a pelican statue in your graveyard, but maybe if you were mixing this also with a pirate theme, that could go pretty well. Or you have a more standard gargoyle. A couple of these flanking your cemetery entrance on some columns would make a really neat effect. Let's go ahead and see what this guy does now. Looks like a knight of some sort. The website also shows a king and a queen, which I don't have on display here in this store. But let's go ahead and see what this guy does.
The best part of Halloween is that I fit right in. I don't even need to put on a costume. Unfortunately for you, a disguise is what you need to keep a step ahead of me. I am pretty fast for being undead, so I suggest you run along. I'll give you a small head start.
Okay, he's pretty cool, but what I really thought was going to be the standout display this year at Home Depot was this. It's the sort of Charon character crossing the river Styx in his boat. You've got this amazing looking boat that's kind of reminiscent of that sinking pirate ship that we had a few years ago that was really popular. But here is another boat theme. I like that this one actually you can go all the way around it and it looks pretty good on all sides.
Beware! Come no closer. Your very soul is at stake. I am the seeker of souls. I've been sailing these waters, searching for lost souls.
Alright, I do kind of wish there was a little more movement to it. I like the red face, but you know, that lantern in the back could have lit up. There could have been like glowing eyes in the front. There could have just been something.
Happy, dark, creepy Halloween to you! Are you excited for the sinister events about to unfold? If not, you are in the wrong place. Halloween always puts me in a frantic mood. And never know what crazy thing I'm going to do.
This guy is really awesome, and he could go with a couple of different themes. The castle theme, maybe, as you know, the jester, but he could also go with the circus theme. Last year they had that really cool Jack-in-the-Box with that giant head, very creepy. They really do the sort of circusy theme in a much more creepy way, I think, than you see in some of the other stores. Alright, in the back here we have, I don't know, this sort of like ghosty lady that floats around. Actually, it's got an interesting effect. She goes up and down, moves. She's got a lot of movement. This could actually be kind of cool, but it kind of looks like she's dancing a little bit. I mean, it's not really an eerie, creepy movement. And she doesn't really have that much of a scary look to pull it off, so not too thrilled with this one. And it just keeps going and going and going. But I guess if it were floating behind like a tombstone up and down like that, it could be pretty neat. If it ever ends. Alright, let's just move on. Okay, next up we've got another Reaper. Looks like he's kind of tall as well. scary looking eyes there. He's got a good outfit. And let's go ahead and turn him on, see what he does.
You are all mine. No matter if you are royalty or peasants, I will come down. There can be no escape. Your soul.
That flaming effect in his chest was pretty cool. I kind of wish it had like more of that flaming throughout the entire body. That could have been interesting. Here we have another version of the Headless Horseman, I guess. Never seen something quite like this one. Let's go ahead and see. I'm guessing that this pumpkin is going to talk.
I bring the darkness of my soul out into the world, and I
Okay, that's a miss for me. I do not like the way the mouth moved on that. It looked absolutely ridiculous. Standing alone had a great effect, but movement was it just looks cheap and wrongly animated. This witch, however, looks amazing. Home Depot keeps just upping their game every year, adding more and more detail to their props.
Here's a spell that rolls off the tongue. Find a really charming snake. Bake him into a pretty cake. Eye of newt and tongue of frog. Wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind worm's sting. Lizard's leg and owlet's wing. Oh, this talking of food is making me hungry. I hope dinner is soon.
She is just fun and creepy and good looking, and I like her a lot. And she goes well with this cauldron that lights up and bubbles. Now, I've always wanted to kind of make a DIY cauldron. You can find tutorials available all over online, but this looks amazing. So, if you want to save some time, spend a little money, buy it here at the Home Depot instead. Now, the next major theme that this store is displaying is the rotten pumpkins. So clearly we've got some crazy country vibes going on here. I really like that new take on the rocking chair witch. But this guy,
Your candy looks delicious, is what I meant to say. Please, come sit near me and pass some time in my shade. I'm sorry.
there is just something I love about that guy. I might have to pick one up. He can be basically put anywhere in a yard or whatnot, and he's just going to steal the show too. Alright, we should be expecting a 12-foot giant-sized Inferno pumpkin skeleton, just like the 12-foot skeletons that we've seen in years past that went very fast off the shelves. Here we go. So if you want one of these guys, you're going to want to buy him right away, as he is not going to last long at all in the stores, as he didn't last year. And if you end up waiting too long, you're going to have to spend a lot more money on the secondary market to get him. All right, over here we have a throne. Now this would go, again, with that sort of castle theme that we were talking about a little bit earlier. Actually kind of looks like a bit of a Game of Thrones inspiration. That skeleton doesn't go with him. He's just sitting there. But the throne itself doesn't really have any animation to it. It's just kind of a background piece. It's a little pricey, I think, for just a standalone piece. All right, we have some skeletons available as well. These are the Posable Skeletons, about 5 feet tall with light-up eyes. Pretty standard, but Home Depot the last couple of years has had these amazing corpse-looking skeletons that you see here. These can really amp up the scare factor, and that's what we're all about. Scare the little children, make them earn that trick-or-treat candy. But if you wanted to be a little more cutesy, they do have a lot more skeleton options. ranging from the kind of creepy howling dogs to little tiny cats and other animals. And then they also have skulls. A 3-pack for $10 isn't too bad. They're pretty substantial looking and have a good heft to them, but you can also get a bag of bones. 12 pieces for a similar price. Here's Sally. There is a Jack coming as well. Here is another Nightmare Before Christmas if you want some of that movement. Get a little light fixture here. Also we have It and Star Wars. So I've never actually tried one of these spinning lights. They look good when they're close up. I suspect they're not as nice looking in real life. Like you have these projection effects here. I never have good luck with them, especially on Halloween when it's still a little bit light out and you've got trick-or-treaters. They're not going to see these very well. They don't show up unless it's really dark. And I find if you're kind of far back, it doesn't work as well either. I just don't have luck for them. If you have better luck with them, let me know what your tips and tricks are in the comments below. Of course, if you like more of just the standard Halloween lights, they've got a bit of a selection as well in ropes and LEDs and nets and so forth. So it looks like we've got a few more things coming, as well as fog machines. We've got some hosing and some juice. I don't see the machines yet, but I expect they're on their way. Of course, if you like light up pumpkins, they have a lot of different face designs this year. Kind of an impressive selection. It's always my go-to is the light up pumpkins. One of the things I cannot stand is carving pumpkins, and these that light up get better every year. Look, here is a rotten one to go with our rotten pumpkin themes. I've actually purchased this one here. It's got this flame effect in the mouth. It looks amazing. Couldn't have been happier with that purchase. Alright, this one's got something going on with his mouth. Are those supposed to be teeth? I'm not really sure. It does light up as well. I'm not sure I like that one quite as much as the other two that sort of look like they're rotting away. Anyway, you can get some other standard pumpkins. And here we've got some other merchandise mixed in, like a random crystal ball. I press the button. I do like the swirling effect that goes on in the middle of the crystal ball. That's kind of amazing, and it's got those little skeleton hands around it. Not a bad prop. We've got another little animatronic here. If 3-foot dancing, singing witches are your thing, you are in luck. Let me tell you that. If something scarier is up your alley, you've got this thing. Well, I was not expecting that. Very creepy, but I think it looks a little creepier with the face just displayed regularly. Alright, outside we've got some pathway markers available. Can Can you imagine an entire driveway lined with those things? It would drive me insane. Alright, if you want some more quiet displays, you could use a inflatable. There's quite a selection up here. We've got a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas. I do like that Jack Skellington archway. We saw him also sitting on a tombstone. That spider there with the eyes that rotate was kind of neat. More Nightmare Before Christmas inflatables, some minions, and look, in the back there you have Miguel from Disney's Coco. That inspired my Halloween display this year. But here we'll take a quick look at the boxes so you can see some of the pricing on the inflatables and a little close-up picture. I don't know if all of these were on display. It looks like most of them were. Not bad pricing at the beginning there. $39 for a couple of candy corn inflatables. Might be a little pricey. They were high. I didn't notice many of the Disney inflatables with Mickey Mouse. If they were there, I didn't see them offhand. But you've got quite an assortment. Oh, look. Wow, $100 for Miguel. Not sure if I'm going to get him for my display. He'll just have to remain an inspiration. Alright, down here we can see some of the animatronics boxes. Is that which really just... Oh, $179. $79 for the cauldron is not too awful. You know, you might spend quite a bit of money if you were to build your own. It could easily reach up into that realm. But let's see, 7-foot Reaper, a couple $100. Now this is what I was talking about with that throne. $200 just for the throne, just for a decorative background piece. It would be nice to have your king and queen standing by it, but do you want to spend $200? It might actually be worth it to make your own. At least you get the experience of making it. Alright, what else have we got here? I wasn't really impressed with this scarecrow for some reason, so not sure if he's worth it. Headless Horseman, $129. Not too bad. Okay, moving on, we've got some tombstones here. Just simple light up eyes. But it's got a nice display effect to it. We've got some more pathway markers. These are solar powered in different designs. Simple pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns or ghost or cat. And then some simple tombstones as well. These are just metal that you can stake into the ground. They don't look too bad actually. Kind of looks a little better than the simple styrofoam tombstones. Trick or treat. Not sure what's going on at the bottom of that. Alright. Elsewhere in your yard you could stake down some happy signage. We've got boo and welcome and beware. Beware of the spiders that are lurking in the yard. We've got a couple of different colors. We've got purple and gray. And we've got some spider webs to go with them. Or you could just sit them on a hay bale because it's fall and that's when you need to sit on hay bales with your fall themed pillows. We've got a couple of Halloween ones mixed in here amongst the give thanks and the pumpkins. There's a trick or treat. And a little witch's hat with some bats. And of course a black cat with a pumpkin. Alright. Got a little bit more Halloween merchandise lurking around on the shelves. Past these extra Halloween pillows. Got some tinsel things here. Pumpkins and hats. Now these I think are a little pricey. Especially when you can get similar, probably not quite as substantial, but similar things at like the Dollar Tree for $1. Why pay $9 for something like that? Look here, it's Gizmo. I kind of expected to see a little bit more of the sort of 80s themed movie monsters out on display. More of the Gremlins. I believe that's going to be something we might see in some of the theme park haunted houses this year. Kind of excited for that. Right, as we move on, we've got some plushies. We've got The Nightmare Before Christmas. We've got the It. I think there's Chucky lurking around there. There's Minnie Mouse. Don't you think Pennywise and Minnie Mouse would just look great on a kid's bed together? Alright, we've got a little clown. He's kind of cute. He's on a bicycle, tricycle thing. Let's see. Oh, he kind of moves. Let's see what he does. Well, that guy is actually kind of fun and creepy at the same time. I really like him. Alright, what else have we got? There's Pennywise. Okay, to save our sanity, let's go ahead and move on. We've got a couple of Nightmare Before Christmas yard stakes here. And then we have some wreaths. I think this is actually going to do it for our Halloween adventure at Home Depot this year. Might do another follow-up video if they put out a little bit more merchandise. Maybe we'll take a look at that 12-foot pumpkin skeleton when it comes out. But I will keep you informed, so stay tuned and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more store walkthroughs, DIYs, product reviews, and so forth. So thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, stay safe, take care, happy haunting.
Do not think of this as the end of a life, so much as the beginning of a new one. Do not strive